All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Wednesday, October 26, 2022. And it's myself and a very special guest today on this wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. We have got the one and only Cremeens.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. All right, let's jump out of that music so you guys don't have to listen to that crap anymore. Cole right here. Let's go to the split screen. Cole is a one and only, curly-haired, slash-looking lineman out of high school who could have easily played D1 if he wanted to. I mean, especially with those charming good looks and unbelievable mannerisms that he has. Could have made it easily. Chose to study hard and focus on his future. And Cole, was one of the biggest Chiefs fans I know, so we had to have him on. I've been talking a little bit of trash about him, so he said, you know what, I'm not going to stand for this anymore. You got to get me on the show, and I said, all right, let's do it. So how are you doing today, Cole? How are we feeling?
Okay, first off, bold take on the D1, but I'll take what I can get. And second off, back a couple weeks ago, I got some shade about being a sketchy Chiefs fan, so I'd like to address that at some point.
Okay, we can get into that for sure. I do have a couple things I want to knock out first. Obviously, if you are seeing this on YouTube, you've heard me preach this many, many times. I'm going to just say it really quick. The podcasts are down below. You can see them. If you're listening to this on the podcast, I don't have to tell you where to find them because you're obviously listening to them. I'm available pretty much everywhere now. These are just the Spotify and Apple Podcasts, screenshots. Feel free to tune in wherever you listen to podcasts. I found a nice little distributor so I can get those sent out to everybody. And then obviously follow the Twitter right over here. We have not gotten any biters on Twitter, so except for Cole here. Cole is officially following the Twitter. What do you think of those takes that I'm sending out so far? They've got to be pretty ridiculous, don't you think?
They're just so outlandish that I don't even take them serious. But I respect having an opinion, so I can't be too mad.
Yeah, and that's what makes it fun,
Yep.
You know what? Once we get a little bit of ground rolling on the Twitter, I'm maybe looking into some giveaways potentially. We gotta get some traction though. It's pretty sparse right now. So
everybody loves a good giveaway, especially when there's like 3 followers right now. So
yeah,
I like
pretty
my
high
odds.
odds.
I like my odds.
Pretty high odds. And then we also have some absolutely enormous news today. I don't have a screen for this, so I'll just go straight to this, and you can see me in my large glory full screen here. But we've been working behind the scenes a little bit, and we got something done. So today is Wednesday, obviously, and next Wednesday. Actually, no, today is Wednesday, and this is actually, did you know this? This is the last day until November 27th that there will not be football on. There will be football on every single day until November 27th.
How's that work? I'm confused.
Between Monday and Thursday, and then Saturday and Sunday for college.
Okay.
And the NFL, and then I'm sure there's just college games on that would only leave Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. So, regardless, there is football on for the rest until basically Thanksgiving. So, we're gonna use this as leverage to tell y'all that this is the perfect time to go out and watch a football game, right? I mean, there's so much football on. It's just a great time. NBA's firing up. I'm gonna throw a little suggestion in there in just a second. But with all of these opportunities to go watch live football, that makes it the perfect time to get a good deal, right? I mean, you're not gonna want to pay out your end for some nice tickets, right?
Well, especially not us broke college kids.
Yeah, heck no. So I got you hooked up. Don't worry about it. You go to SeatGeek and put my code in there. We'll get you a little deal. Now you're probably saying, what is SeatGeek? I don't even know what that is. That's ridiculous. SeatGeek is an app and a website where you basically go on there. You can use it to find any sort of live event ticket. They've got sporting events, Broadway, concerts, musical fest, whatever those are. They've got it all, really. And you go on there and you get to see the nice deals on these tickets. And one of their really nice features is that they'll have a little dot, and then the size of the dot and the color tells you just how good of a seat it is. So if it's a green dot, that means you're getting a really good deal on these seats. And you can kind of click on them and see where you're at. Not every sport will let you see the view, but a couple will let you actually see the view of the field from the seats you pick, which is really cool. And one thing that I think sets SeatGeek apart from the rest is that when you go to buy your tickets on SeatGeek, you can actually turn on the fees, so you can see just exactly how much it is. There's a game where the Suns are playing the Minnesota Timberwolves in Minnesota, which is really close to us. So I was actually considering going to this. I turned on the hidden fees. Well, it's not hidden because you can see them. Turned on the included fees. $36 a ticket to go watch the Suns play the Timberwolves in Minnesota. That's pretty good.
That would be a fun trip.
That would be the move. So, that's where I think SeatGeek's better than, some of these other Game Time, Ticketmaster. They don't let you see those fees till you're about to pay. I went and did my own research, and I was like, oh, well, is SeatGeek better than Game Time? Let's see what. And I was like, dang, Game Time's got some way better deals on these seats. I go to just check out to see. It was ridiculous prices on the fees that I didn't even know about. That's what SeatGeek, I think they have the little circle indicator to tell you the deal on the seats, how good it is. But what really sets them apart is showing those fees, and it lets you pick the seats that are best for you.
Might have to double up on that. Go see T-Wolves, Suns. Go watch the Vikings, maybe.
Heck yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So, for all of you who are watching, interested, just remember it's not only sports. So there's actually some really good concerts down in West Des Moines, in Wells Fargo as well. That they have good ticket deals on those. Comedy shows, anything you're interested in, they've got it. Use code MarvOnAir for $20 off your first purchase. That's pretty good.
Yeah, you can't be mad about that.
You buy a $36 ticket, guess how much it costs?
Let me do the math. 20-some?
16.
Wow, that's really good.
$16 to go watch an NBA game? You can't tell me that's not.
No, that'd be good stuff.
So, keep that in mind. Next time I'm on here, I'm going to have the code on the screen for y'all. Unfortunately, I've been so busy that I haven't been able to do that. But Marv on Air, all caps, exactly the name. That's the name of the channel. Go ahead and give that a look into and let me know what you guys think. But now that we finally got that out of the way, the reason that took so long was just because I told so many people about this SeatGeek thing that I didn't even know what it was. You ever heard of SeatGeek?
I've heard of it, so I just thought they did sports. I didn't know about all the other stuff. That's pretty cool. I mean, I could see us going to some concerts or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've got pretty good deals, so that's why that took so long, because I wanted to really make sure. I told 5 people, and they're all like, what is SeatGeek? So we got that hammered out. But would you like to jump straight into the Chiefs slander that I was sending your way, or would you like to move through the games a little bit and as we get to the Chiefs, or what are you thinking?
I mean, maybe we just get this off my chest now so I'm not bitter for the rest of the podcast.
You've definitely been pretty adamant about clearing your name, so let's hear it.
Yeah, so if I remember from a couple weeks ago, I kind of got called a bandwagon Chiefs fan, okay? This did not sit well with me. I went through lots of suffering with the Chiefs before we got Patty and Travis, the combo. For one example, I have an adult large Larry Johnson jersey. It's been a long time since I've worn an adult large. Long time. Yeah. So I guess, my dad, he worked in Kansas City for a while, and so he was a fan of them. And when I was younger, I had the Chiefs and the Cowboys, which, I mean, I was kind of more of a Cowboys just because they were better. They had Romo, Witten. The Chiefs were his dog. I think they had, Matt Castle and Jamal Charles, which Jamal Charles was pretty good. But then they both got kind of good when I was starting to get older. They got Alex Smith, Travis Kelce, Justin Houston. I remember I liked him a lot. And I was like, well, I kind of want to choose one team to focus on, have one favorite team. And I decided to go with the Chiefs because they're much geographically closer to us. And my brother actually played a college football game down in Kansas City, so I got to go see them, which was really fun. I got to see J.J. Watt play, which was cool because he was my favorite player at the time. You good over there? What else do I have to talk about? Why else do I like the Chiefs?
Didn't Austin play there?
Oh, yeah, so my cousin played there for a little bit. So, I mean, I was already a Chiefs fan before that, but that was really cool to get to see him be on the team before he went to Seattle, unfortunately. I mean, nothing wrong with the Seahawks, but I was a much bigger fan of the Chiefs.
Okay, I'm back.
The man's back.
I'm back. So I didn't interject there at all because I knew I was missing something when we were setting up. I didn't plug in the computer.
Gotcha.
That would have been horrible if that would have died. But, so that's a crappy reason to be a Chiefs fan, I'm not going to lie.
Well,
but
I had a lot of stuff to say there.
I mean, only I think one of those points was valid. And that was it. Your cousin played there. The rest of them were just like, oh, I think I would rather root for the better team. So
Well,
geographical
no, that's not
reason.
what I said.
mean,
I
come
said
on.
the geographically closer team, and that I got to go see them.
How many times have you gone to see them? 2 or 3?
3. So the first time was when my brother played there. They played the Texans, which was cool because I got to see Jamal Charles and J.J. Watt. Which
Yep.
I was a big J.J. Watt fan at the time.
Yep.
Young guy.
Most
playing-
people are pretty. I would say if you're not a fan of J.J. Watt, you might just hate people.
Well, no.
He's
but
such a nice guy.
It was really cool too because I played the same position as him. It was like J-High football or something, YSF, something like that.
As you do.
Yeah.
Clearly.
And then
I know you went last year.
yeah, I went one time before that, but I don't remember who they played because it was still Alex Smith, so it was kind of like
I remember Alex Smith was pretty hit or miss. Is that like
he was just
he was never that good that he was like standout. That's just why I remember.
Well, no, he wasn't terrible though. He's just like as average as they come.
Yeah, just kind of like a Kirk Cousins except without the highs and lows.
Yeah, he's more straight down the middle every week.
Exactly.
Actually, I think I remember there's a stretch there like 15 games he didn't throw a touchdown to a receiver. Like it was only Travis Kelce in rushing touchdowns.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so pretty bland football.
I mean, I guess if it gets you wins,
Yeah.
you got to take what you can get.
Well, I mean,
especially in the
what
NFL.
are they 8-8 a couple years there? So it's like, whatever.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I mean, those are okay reasons, but
Yeah.
I feel like as long as you got those reasons off your chest, now I can fully bash you for being a Chiefs fan.
That's fair. I can take it now.
Okay, cool. Well, you mentioned the Seahawks there, and you kind of said, well, it's not that bad to be a Seahawk. Right now, it might actually be one of the best times to be a Seahawk. Russell Wilson's out of town. I don't know if we saw. I know I saw. I don't know if you saw what he was doing on the way to Denver or to London this
On the
week.
plane?
On the plane.
What a
Yep.
clown.
I don't even know. So he was he worked out for 4 of 8 hours on the plane, right?
Okay.
That's half the time.
4 hours of workout just in general, any time of the day, is absurd. But you're doing that on a plane with your teammates sleeping, like everybody's gotta hate him.
Yeah. He said he was doing high knees while while everyone else was sleeping. That can't be good for like the quality of the sleep of those people.
No, that would be terrible. That kind of reminds me of like when we went to the Dome, and like where everyone's like kind of passed out. We just lost, and then like there's a couple people there that are just like didn't care about the game and are like going wild. And it's like we just lost and we're trying to sleep, man. Just simmer down.
It is very similar to that, and I've heard a lot about Russell Wilson being fake. He's this guy who puts out this fake personality. He's not actually that way. I kind of think he is. I kind of think he is that way.
Either way is terrible. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
If you are that way, it's like, but if you're fake, even worse.
It's even worse.
Yeah.
So we'll give him some bonus points for maybe being legit.
Yeah, I suppose if you're just a legit wacko, then it's like, yeah, that's just who you are.
That's
Let's
just-
chill.
Whatever,
You do you.
No, I agree. So, but the Seahawks are without Russell Wilson, and you were telling me about one of the running backs for them had a hell of a fantasy week. Who was that?
Kenneth Walker, my diamond in the rough this year on fantasy. He scored like 28.1 this week. Thanks to that big run at the end. That was crazy.
Yeah. Well, and so they've got Kenneth Walker, and then DK Metcalf might be, season-ending injury. No, nobody wants to see that, but with him in, Geno Smith slinging the rock, looking really good. No one expected him to look that good.
Oh, not even that. Just like the efficiency while still doing what he's doing is crazy.
Exactly.
Awesome.
He's making it look pretty easy playing teams like the Chargers, and they beat the Broncos, and that's not worth much. But Russell Wilson is there, so that was a pretty high energy game. We know that they can win those now. But I think the Seahawks are a team to be watching for. Another team to be watching for would definitely be the Giants. Underrated going into the year. Nobody thought they were going to be good.
I'm still not high on him.
Really?
Daniel Jones at the helm. It's still I don't know. Honestly, I'd take the Jets over them.
Without Breece Hall.
Well, when they had Breece, I would have, I guess.
Breece Hall was on pace to pass rookie Saquon's numbers.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was on route, and then tore his ACL. For those of you that don't know, done for the year. They just picked up Jaguars running back
James Robinson.
James Robinson for basically some $2 bills that are supposed to be rare, so got a little extra value out of those. But that's exciting for the Jets to get him back. But losing Breece was a pretty big blow. The only thing that's holding me up from the Giants is that they're down in every single game, and I don't know how to take that because that's either a good thing or a bad thing. Like you're showing determinants. Is that a word?
Determination.
Determination.
There you go.
Both probably work.
Yep.
In these wins by coming back, like that's pretty real, right? If you go down, coming back from that is like it's hard to do. Going down in these games though it's not a YSF game. When we played YSF, we went down every single game by 14. Like it was somehow automatic, and we won most of them. We went undefeated our 6th grade year, didn't we?
We were an oven, not a microwave.
Exactly.
Some time to preheat.
Yeah, and then once we get going, we were just top of the line.
Yep.
So, but this is not YSF. This is the men's league. This is the real life NFL, and I think if you get down early, you're gonna get caught. And I don't know how much they can do that. I mean, obviously they can get burned one or 2 weeks, and it's not really gonna affect the seedings. But like, if you go into the postseason with that kind of not momentum, but like just kind of feel of the game, you know, where they get down and it's like, okay, oh yeah, we're fine. We're only down 20, you know, like that's not going to work out eventually. So I could definitely see where there's less confidence in the Giants than some, like say the Jets, where Sauce Gardner is basically commanding that whole defense as a rookie, putting up numbers like Patrick Surtain or other, you know, top corners around the league. And I'm definitely like a fan of the Giants. I love watching them play, but they make me nervous.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm kind of a fan of like the comeback feel to a team. Like, I'd much rather be playing a game and be like, okay, we're playing not to lose right now. We're up 14. You know, we just gotta hold on for a little bit. I'd rather be in that position where I'm like, okay, we're coming to get you. Like, prime example, the Chiefs. Seems like they start every game. Patty throws a pick. They're down 7. Or like playoffs last year when they were down by like 21 points every game until they lost to the Bengals. I'm still salty about that.
They made comebacks look easy that year, so I'll give them that.
They were ahead and they were playing not to lose, and then they lost. All the other games they were behind and came back and won.
Right. And that's the thing about like this week. I thought they were gonna come up short against the 49ers the way that game started, and then Meekle just decided that he likes to play football all of a sudden and came back into it for him. But that's something about the Chiefs is you can never count them out, and I don't know that's a separate topic, but because of just their level of play being better than everyone else's. But I don't know, going down early just always makes me nervous. So
I don't know, I kind of like it, being like hey, watch out, we're coming.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I could see it. We need more of that from the Patriots after a really rough Monday Night Football. Obviously, Patriots fan here. It's probably a good thing we didn't do a show Tuesday because I think I probably would have said things I shouldn't have. You should have seen me Monday night. I was having a rough go of it. But here's the thing. We start with Mac Jones. We look at Mac Jones' numbers from last year. Best rookie quarterback taken from the draft by far. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Easily. So it's like, why don't we put him back in? Well, high ankle sprain. Numbers weren't looking the best before that. They were good, but wins are what matter. And, you know, we fell to the Ravens and such. And so we put Mac Jones in to start the game, and he throws a pick. And he had like 24 rushing yards, but pretty much nothing for passing. Nothing notable, at least. And you could hear the Zappy chants in Gillette Stadium. I myself was like, dude, let's get Zappy in. I want to see what this guy can do. Because I want to get a Zappy jersey. He's probably not going to get put back in. Just got released today that Mac is the starter. He got 90% of the starter reps today in practice. So we're probably seeing the end of the Zappy era, especially after a really lackluster second half. 2 picks, a lost fumble. I think he went like 8 for 17 with 70 yards. Not a good performance in the second half from Bailey Zappy when we needed it most. But I'm a Zappy stan, and I was like, dude, we want Zappy to frickin' go off. Like, give him the chance. And they put him in. And he scores 2 touchdowns right in a row. Absolute dimes to these receivers, giving him a chance. And I was hyped. Then our defense decided we don't have to play football anymore and just let him score continuously. So that wasn't very fun. But we need more of that dog mentality that the Eagles have, that Brian Dable brought in his Ford F-150 to the Giants facility. Like, we need more of that kind of energy from the Patriots versus, I mean, Matthew Judon had a really good game, just pressure, and it was getting swallowed up by Bailey Zappi's, kind of like hot streak to start the game. Like, it was so out of nowhere. But we need more of like everyone coming together and just playing football, basically. Do your job,
Oh yeah, but I definitely think it's good for Mac to have that guy that's right behind him, nipping at his heels. Hey,
I can see that.
If I'm not balling out, I'm gonna get replaced.
Yeah.
But
And it was apparently the plan for both quarterbacks to play in that game.
wow,
What is your opinion on the? It's kind of a mentality. You got two quarterbacks, you got no quarterbacks. What do you think of that? Because I mean, we've seen that. We saw it with Tua and Fitz down in Miami. Obviously, we're kind of seeing it here. Is there a controversy? I don't really know, especially after that second half. Is that something that you think is actually legit, or would you rather have two good quarterbacks pushing each other? Because that's what we've heard in high school was always like push each other in practice. You'll make each other better, and it'll like accelerate both of your growth versus basically taking the team out of contention.
So what I'm thinking here is like having that one good quarterback, but I think it's good to have that guy that's nipping at your heels. So growing up as a Hawkeye fan, unfortunately, got that Kirk Ferentz mentality where you start a guy until it's like absolutely necessary that he needs replaced. Great example this year with Petrus and Padilla.
Yep.
But no, I think it'll be good for Mac to have that guy that's right behind him, and maybe just in a bit of a sophomore slump right now, which happens a lot. But I think, in my opinion, that Mac will come back with that competition right behind him and do pretty good. I don't know about this season, but next season.
Yeah, I think I could see it.
Yeah.
It's I don't want to talk about the Patriots honestly because it was a tough loss. But hey, we do. I don't know. We'll see. I have faith in Bill still. Less after that game, especially being a defensive-minded coach, basically just letting Justin Fields run all over us. He's an absolute athlete, no doubt about it. But I mean, come on, we got to stop that at some point.
Well, there's something to be said about chemistry too when you're switching your quarterbacks out all the time.
Exactly.
I know Zappy threw that. He had a good pass to Aguilar, I think it was.
The touchdown was to Myers.
So. No, not a touch. Maybe it was Myers, but
I
know. He threw that touchdown to Myers, which I mean, you would think the guy would be ecstatic about. But I go on social media and I see he's upset that there's kind of a shitstorm going on with the quarterback situation where they're flip flopping, and he just wants that one guy. So I think like chemistry is important there too.
For sure, and you see that a lot of the time with the O line. Like, people coming in and out, like, especially in Green Bay with David Bakhtiari, not in for sure. They're not really sure what's going on. And the guys, you would have tested this more. You're the O-line guy. Like, you got to know that the guy next to you's got your back on this play. And if they're putting in the sub for that play, I would feel like they wouldn't have as much trust in each other. Is that fair an assessment?
Yeah, I agree. Because even, like, sometimes on the line there where you see a different look or just anything like that, maybe they're running a weird stunt or something. And it's like you don't even have to talk to your guy next to you if you play together long enough. And like
you just know.
Yeah, you just know. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that, and that's I don't know. I mean, it's not the same thing as a receiver to quarterbacks. Like, I'm not saying that one is more important than the other. I'm just saying they're different.
They're very different.
And because I mean, I didn't know how precise you had to be in the NFL until I started hearing interviews of people talking about like veterans telling rookies, no, you can't take that route to 10. You got to take it to 11 and cut hard. And then I started watching for this like little things during the game, and it's like, damn, if that ball was like 3 inches outside, he probably wouldn't have caught that. Or like just really how precise the NFL is amazing to me, and it's those uncommunicated things on the line that are really big because obviously the D linemen are right there. If you tell them, I feel like it wouldn't be. Maybe it would be just as effective, but.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of a nerd for that stuff, but it feels like this year I've been watching and like D lines are running some crazy stunts and stuff like more than I've noticed in the past. It's like. That stuff's hard to prepare for, but if you've got someone with you that like you don't even have to talk to, and it's like you're communicating, that's good.
What would it be a stunt for people to look for? Because I actually don't know. Like, I know when I'm watching receivers, I'm looking for bump coverage, off coverage, how are they playing, like transitioning between receivers. That's more of the like fun part of the game. So I feel like a lot of people understand kind of what. They don't necessarily know what a defense is doing, but they kind of understand the goal or like why he passed that off or missed assignments especially. But in the line, most people are not watching the line. They're watching the ball. So what's something that like someone could be like, oh, I'm tired of watching this lame-ass football game if we go to any more of those Thursday night matchups like we've had that have been just absolute dog shit besides from this last week with the Cardinals and the Saints. What is something they could look for on the line to be like, oh, that's really cool. They switch those guys, or we used to run that mic switch where they would like basically like, I don't even know how to explain it, but what's something that they could potentially look for?
Okay, so a couple things that I've noticed. I didn't really have to deal with these too much when I played, but like cornerback blitzes, that is a pain in the ass.
That would be
How are you
insane.
supposed to spot that to pick that up? It's like
That's got to be a running back pick, right?
I mean, I guess I don't know exactly how it would work because I guess we never really dealt with it. It must be running back pickup. But then another thing is that I saw in a game Vita Vea dropping back into coverage on the goal line and forcing a fumble. That was crazy. Did you see that?
I didn't see that, but that sounds like it would be insane.
No, so I think they had the Mike blitz and Vita drops back like 5 yards and they throw like a halfback angle or something. And you've got a 350-pound dude in coverage and just lights up the running back on that halfback angle, forces a fumble on the goal line. That was really
wow.
Cool. Yeah.
That is cool. Those cornerback blitzes are fun to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
God, I would hate that as a lineman, but
can you pin that on the lineman though? I feel like I don't know, maybe not.
What about like empty set or empty backfield?
Yeah.
Just quarterback. Who's
true?
Yeah.
This is true. Okay. Because they are flying in. Because those corners are fast.
Oh yeah.
Like they are moving. So that would be tough.
I don't know. I guess you probably wouldn't have enough guys to blitz though if you have 5 receivers out there without a running back in the
it
back
would
to
be pretty
block.
risky.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll definitely look for those cornerback blitzes. There's something that you don't see a lot of, but that's especially as the game changes. We see more of that as well as the fourth down. Going for it on fourth down, it's becoming like normal in your own territory to just go for it. What's your thoughts on the different, kind of like almost aura just about like fourth down now? I feel like it's changed, and as a defensive member, like you almost have to be prepared once they get in, like especially in the gray zone. The gray zone, it used to be like almost send your kicker out there and hope. Now it's like, okay, let's just go for it and see what happens.
Oh, I like it. I've always liked that gunslinger mentality in football. I mean, like as a football fan, you're watching teams go for it, be like more offense, just going wild. Like you can't be mad at that.
It's fun to watch.
Oh yeah, it's playing to win.
Especially,
that's fun.
I mean, you're watching the Chiefs, so.
Oh yeah.
And that's something I've noticed this year is the difference between like the Chiefs and like, I don't know, the Texans. Just their ability to complete those plays, and a team that converts on third down consistently is so fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
It makes it. I mean, I don't know. The Patriots aren't super good at third down, especially last Monday. It was horrible. I don't know if we got a single third down in the second half, but the Chiefs, they make it look so easy, and that's got to be something where it's like, oh, if it's 4th and 1 on our 27, we're gonna go for it and we're gonna get it. I don't think they've missed that many this year.
Oh yeah. Well, it's one thing to be like, okay, we've got a good line, we can trust our line to go get that 1 yard, but with the Chiefs, it's like, what are they gonna do? Maybe they're gonna use, because they have a good line. Maybe they'll go get that 1 yard, put in, what do you call him? Ponchero.
Yeah, I call him Ponch.
Poncho, Pacheco.
Pacheco.
I mean, dude's a tank. So, like, you think, okay, they got a good line. They can go get that 1 yard with their running back. Or, who knows, maybe we'll just run some stupid 5-pull play, throw a flip up the middle, and get it just for fun.
Oh, my, yeah, it's
crazy.
It almost makes me frustrated because it's like, how can you do that and keep getting away with it? Like, they make it look so easy. I don't remember what game it was. I don't think it was the Chiefs, but maybe it was. We saw a center pull. How often have you seen a center pull in football?
It's not very often.
It's not like it never happens, but
No.
I was like, what? And they scored really easily. I was like, God, these offensive-minded head coaches, Mike McDaniel, pretty much the whole NFC West, they're making it more interesting to watch, I feel like. And whether or not these games go to, 70, 80 points isn't as important as I think just the decisions that are being made. It's like you have to kind of tune in to be like, what are they going to do today? 4th and 20 from your own 10? What are the analytics on that? We get that 18% of the time? All right, let's go.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's like art. It's beautiful.
It is. It's crazy to watch.
Got your old head guys are probably like, oh, you got to run the football. And
I formation.
Yeah, I formation. We're going to down block, left guard, pull. We're going to run that 30 times. But, I mean, it's just so fun being able to watch, like, such a wide variety of plays.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of the kind of modernized football. Because it especially, I don't know. The new rules are kind of annoying. And we've seen.
Like roughing the passer.
Yeah, and
That's
just
really
the
annoying.
protection some people get. But it's all around, I feel like the game's in a better place than it was probably 30 years ago, or I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Because when I go back and I watch those highlights, it's like, man, they like lit people up, and those are fun to watch. So
yeah, there's dudes dying out there.
yeah, they're literally like in danger of being decapitated. So I don't know. It's fun to watch old highlights, but I feel like it's more fun to watch a whole entire game now. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but
like watching like greatest hits compilations.
Yeah,
going into, like,
exactly.
Going into a game as a young man, nothing gets you more hype. No.
I'm trying to. I mean, I had like certain ones picked out as like biggest hits. I would do the college football more because the mashup like music was better with those. But I mean, we were big into that to get hyped up for a YSF game or a J High game and
Until I collapse, Eminem blaring.
Yep. Oh man, the Here Comes the Boom would start that one video.
Oh, those were hard.
With the Seahawks guy nailing the Rams
Cam
or
Chancellor,
other way.
Bam Bam Cam.
Yep. The Legion of, is that Legion of Boom, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Boom.
They were fun to watch. It was good.
Ray
Good time.
Lewis in there a lot.
Oh yeah, a lot of Ray, a lot of Sean Taylor. Like obviously his big
yeah.
hit from the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
right
Ryan
in there.
Dawkins.
Yep.
Weapon X.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes. Throwback to those days because those were fun. I had a good time with those. I don't have any notes unfortunately, which this just sucks. But this show stinks. If you want to click away, then I don't even blame you.
No, don't do that. We're having fun.
We are having fun. Do you want to go over some of the future games, or what do you think? Do you want to go over?
I had one thing I wanted to get your opinion on, actually.
Okay,
and that
actually,
is
let's go.
kickers this year.
Okay.
I don't know the statistics on this. This is just like a gut feeling I have. Like,
Well,
I feel
can we really quick? Can we talk about the difference between numbers and gut? Okay, can we talk about this really
Go
quick?
ahead. Go
Because
ahead.
this is making me angry. What the hell? So, looking at this is my little sheet from the last week of football. And the week before that, I went 11-3 on my picks. This week, I went 10-4. Jack shoots these off at me. I'm just like, yeah, I got the Ravens. You know, it's just easy. Feel. Eye test, as they say. You know, it's like, oh, I watched the Ravens. They look pretty solid. I watched the Packers. They look like complete dog. I'm not picking the Packers over the Bills. No matter what the analytics tell me, there's something to be said about the human, like, doing football with a team. There's so many factors. The coach, you know, like the quarterback controversy, things of that nature, all play a role, and the whole morale of the team is very, like, it's important. So
I agree.
watching, you know, making these picks, and then I go and I, you know, maybe dabble a little bit here and there, and I'm like looking at the numbers, and it's like, oh, you know, Russell Wilson's 10-4 on Monday Night Football, and you know, so and so did this in the last 10 games, and it's like, apparently that shit doesn't matter at all. It's all about gut in this. I don't know. Maybe
Well, that's
maybe
why
it's
you
not.
have football scouts and not guys that just look at statistics and
Exactly.
make picks for the team.
Yeah. Watching people perform is just, well, and watching people perform, you know, SeatGeek, you know.
Yeah.
No, but there is something to be said about watching and just like feeling the game, you know. And I don't know. I didn't really have anywhere to go with that, but it's just been making me mad because I've been looking at stats and I'm like, oh, well, based on that, then they should clearly win. That is never the case. Almost like I feel like almost every single time I'm looking at this and it's like, who would have taken? Let me see here. I'm trying to pick a game that was like really.
Panthers Bucks.
I took the Bucks in that one though.
Oof.
Because what did the Panthers have
I
going
guess I
for
wouldn't
them?
have any feel on picking the Panthers there. I'm not gonna.
I would, yeah. When I look back at these, like I only missed Packers, Bucks, Chargers, which if you watch it back, I was like 50-50 on, and then the Patriots. And who did they lose to? Commanders, Bears, Panthers. Pretty much my bottom three in the league. So
Who was that? That was the Bucks.
The Bucks lost to the Panthers, and then I'm saying the teams they lost to are the bottom three in the league, in my opinion.
Just from like this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I see.
So, like, and that's another thing about the NFL is that upsets happen all the time. So
yeah. Well, that's why when I'm doing parlays, like you do, like you're cooking up a little one where it's just like, okay, this guy will get 20 yards, 40 yards rushing. I refuse to pick a money line just because
It's hard.
You never know what's going to happen in the NFL.
That's the thing about, like, I get this a lot where people are like, oh, Alabama could beat the Texans, like they're 1-win team this year, so and Georgia. I don't know who's really good in college football. We need more college football experts on the show, but they're like they could easily beat them. Think about it, like
Tennessee,
they're
apparently.
Yeah, Tennessee, like they're destroying these other good tier like teams in college football, and I'm like, dude, you got to remember, the top 6 guys from that Bama team, that's the whole team in the NFL, right? Like, not every single person. I mean, when you look back at some of the Bama guys that have been drafted.
That one team where it was like Jalen Hurts, Tua, Mac, Jalen Waddle, Ruggs, Najee Harris. I mean, that one was pretty wild.
That one
was
actually probably
crazy.
could have gone into contention because they were pretty good.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you look at it, like that's just like, just the offense or so. That whole defense is all guys that were the top guy from their college or the second guy from their college, who was the best guy from their high school, who was the best guy, like you pick any single guy on any position on any NFL team and they could outperform you in any athletic endeavor ever.
Yeah.
Like, they are complete freaks. And so I don't know, like, that's what goes into just like the Panthers beating the Bucks. There's so many factors that, Tom Brady coming in and out of facility, going to weddings, all this shit, probably messing with the Bucks morale a little bit. They don't know what's going on. But guess what? The Panthers, every single one of those guys are dudes. Not every single one of them are Christian McCaffrey. Not every single one of them are Bailey Zappi, the best quarterback in the league. But guess what? They're all still fucking dudes.
Oh, the margin for error in the NFL, it's like so slim. If you're messing up a little bit, I mean, it's not like you're just playing some podunk team. Those guys are in the NFL, and if you mess up and they're having a good day, they're going to capitalize on that like that.
Exactly. They're so like just fast, and like their reaction time and some of the stuff that they do. Like, I used to think that it was just kind of by luck. Like, they would just, their hand just happened to be there. Every single, and that's what's crazy, every single movement they make is with intention, and they have a goal. And I mean, if you watch the Steelers-Dolphins game, you would probably be calling me an idiot because they dropped like 4 picks in that game. But everyone has like bad games, and that's just, I don't know. They were in that position. 99% of the population wouldn't even be able to be in that position to catch that football. And, and they're all so smart. Like, so that's the thing about picking money lines is it's just like, okay, the Patriots are on a hot streak. They beat a couple bad teams, but they're looking really good. And the Bears have looked horrible. So let's put some money on the Patriots. No, every single one of those dudes on the Bear team is a fucking guy. Justin Fields is a freak. Like they tore the shit out of our O-line. Like, any given week you can win in the NFL, and that's what's maybe not against the Bills, but like, even they could lose to the Packers this week. That would not blow my pants off if that happened. Just knowing that like any given week, Aaron Rodgers could show up. Any given week, Taylor Heineke can be that guy.
Yep.
That's what's so crazy about it. But I'll get off my soapbox a little bit and let you go into your kickers question because I totally overran you there.
Oh, I had another. You made me think of something.
Oh, go ahead.
So like you're combining, like a lot of people just watch NFL and they're like, whoa, that dude's big and strong and fast. So that's why he got to the NFL. But you have to think like the amount of hours that went into technique combined with someone that's like a superhuman athlete. Like, you think about like some of those D linemen or quarterbacks, like the cornerbacks, like the footwork on those cornerbacks is crazy. You've got Tyreek Hill running 23 miles an hour straight. He might run a curl, he might keep going.
Yes.
Like,
so this is gonna cut you off a little bit again. I'll let you go. But
yeah.
Question for when you're done: are cornerbacks the best athletes on the field? Now you can continue your thought, kind of keep in the back of your brain. There's some other opinions. I won't let them fly. But in my opinion, cornerback, so far above everyone else on the NFL field, it takes so much more. Continue.
Well, I think that's an interesting question because, like, what's your definition of athleticism? You say best athlete?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to beat the athleticism of a corner, but you think about someone like your DNs, like, I don't know, like Nick Bosa, someone like that. It's like, that guy can still run like a 4.6 40, but he can bench 4.05 too.
This is true.
Which is crazy.
Okay, that's a good point.
I guess from like a pure athleticism standpoint, it's hard to go from corner.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing is like I feel like maybe I'm wrong, but every single time an offensive or a defensive lineman like lines up, they know what they're going to do, and then they react. So they come in with the club and rip. Doesn't work. They try a spin. Like, I don't know. I'm not an NFL player, but I feel like that's kind of like we've heard players talk about it. They're like, oh, this hasn't worked the last 10 times. I'm not coming back to it. This worked early in the first quarter. I came away from it. It's the early fourth. This is going to work again. Third down stop is inevitable here. We have to get it. I'm going to come back to that move. Like, I feel like they have a little bit more. As corners, they're basically like, all right, is he running a slant? Is he going to run a fade? Like, the only thing they have really is game sense and tape. And other than that, they have to react like every single time. And that's, to me, the reaction time is what makes them the athlete. And then having to keep up with these 23-mile-an-hour running guys. And like make the play without getting called for PI. And
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's a tough.
Derek
tough
Carr.
Gosh. Derek. No, that's. I think it's the corner, but I've heard some people say quarterback. I don't know about that one.
Best athlete?
Maybe
like most skilled. I could see.
Maybe that's the argument because they're so smart.
Yeah, I guess.
And it takes you have to run the whole offense, but.
Well, the other thing with corners too is like I said, maybe D linemen have like a more all around athleticism, but like like you said, that situation where third down, you got to get a stop. Your DN doesn't get to the quarterback. It's like, oh well, we didn't expect you to anyways. You don't get a sack every time. Your cornerback gets burned. That guy's getting dogged. He has to be perfect every time, or else he's going to be in the doghouse.
I mean, especially if you get burned bad and they get to the end zone, that's 100% on you. If you get burned bad as a D lineman, you still got 7, however many guys you guys drop, 6, whatever, behind you to stop them from getting to the end zone. Sometimes when you're that corner, that safety, you are the last line of defense, and you get burned, you trip and fall, your footwork's not up to 100%. Touchdown, And every single guy on the offense is that talented that you have to be absolutely perfect. So.
Oh, yeah. If I'm a defensive coordinator, there's no way in hell I am ever running man coverage on, like, Tyreek and Jalen. If I'm playing the Dolphins, I'm running zone the whole time.
The whole time.
But, like,
and probably
the same time,
doubling.
though, it's like, boom, they're in between. Like, you start to come over. Oh, they're in the next gap now. There it is. He's open.
Yeah, especially when these quarterbacks get lots of time and they're really mobile. Like, Kyler's super mobile. Justin's super mobile. Like, these guys that can buy time. I feel like your defense can only hold up for so long. Like, eventually they're going to work something out. Someone's going to get confused. They're going to be open. And you have to hope that your D linemen, get there to cause that pressure in a bad throw or a rushed, thought. But I don't know. Those quarterbacks that can buy time like that are pretty key because that defense only holds up so long.
Well, there's more and more of them today, too. Like, it seems like, when we were younger watching football, everybody's a pocket passer. You might have, like, your one Michael Vick or whoever, Donovan McNabb. It seems like today, like, Jalen Hurts, he can roll out. Kyler, Dak, Justin Fields, even Patty.
Yep.
Like, it seems like probably over half.
Even Patty? Like, Patty's not one of the best ones at it?
Well, no, he doesn't have the speed, though. Like, he's an escape artist. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, for sure.
But
yeah, but he's not. I guess he's not rushing upfield very much.
Yeah.
Danny
Josh
Dimes
Allen?
is, yeah.
Josh is crazy.
Dude, Danny had like 100-something yards.
Yeah, I think he had, I was looking at the stats. It was like NFC Player of the Week or whatever. And he's like 180 rushing yards. I'm like, what? Why did he get for passing yards?
Yes.
And I'm like, why is he getting NFC Offensive Player of the Week? And it said 110 rushing yards. I was like, oh. So he did everything a running back can. Plus he threw for almost 200 yards. That's pretty solid.
That's pretty impressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what makes the Giants so fun to watch is you never know what's coming with Saquon out of the backfield and pretty solid receivers and stuff. But yeah, there's so you can't really say who's the most athletic because they're all so freakish.
Oh yeah.
And you've wrestled a couple of NFL players. Is
still get nightmares?
Yeah.
Linderbaum. Sheesh.
Tyler Linderbaum plays for the Ravens, right? Center for the Ravens.
Yep. Emphasis on the bomb.
Yeah.
He's crazy.
And then you didn't wrestle Wirfs, did you?
No, I didn't wrestle him, but it was at WAMAC conference tournament, which Linderbaum was there too.
Yep.
And our heavyweight got hurt my freshman year, and I thought I was going to get thrown out to the dogs because I would have been the bottom seed, so I'm wrestling Wirfs right off the bat.
Oh, my God.
So, shout out Coach Eck for not putting me in there.
Shout out.
And the funniest thing is that Wirfs and Linderbaum got second and third. They lost to Costello, little 5'10" guy.
Yeah. Well, he went on to wrestle. He didn't. I feel like if he would have wanted to play football, he could have. But maybe I don't know. I guess I didn't see him ever play football. So
yeah, he was good. The guy's a tank.
Central Iowa's got some linemen.
Yeah.
I mean, they all go through Iowa and make their way up there. That's all Iowa's good for. But
oh yeah, seems like all the linemen that come out of Iowa are a pretty good wrestler at one point.
Most of them, and that's why wrestling's so big for football is like the leverage and hand fighting.
Especially for linemen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So huge for linemen. I don't know if it's big for any other position, but I'm sure there's an argument to be made. What was your question about the kickers? I want to come back to that because we keep getting away from it. You were saying you have it.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Go to it.
So it seems like when we were younger, I mean, you have like guys like Vinatieri. I mean, Justin Tucker is even playing then.
Still valid then, yeah.
Yeah. Like, it seems like if you're kicking a field goal under like 40 yards or something, it's going in every time. But nowadays, it seems like I just have this gut feeling. It's like, oh gosh, is he gonna miss? Like I don't know the statistics on it, but it just feels like kickers have gotten worse as we gotten older.
This is an interesting take because I feel the exact opposite.
Wow, some controversy.
Yeah, because I mean we got Tucker, we've got Nick Folk, we've got Mason Crosby who can be hit or miss, but pretty much is almost
He
always
was pretty
on.
good back in the day.
He's been better, but I mean he's pretty
still
automatic.
pretty good,
And then we've got the new guy.
The guy for the Raiders too, Daniel Carlson.
Yep, Daniel Carlson's good. I'm thinking of the Bengals kicker. What's his name?
Shooter McPherson.
Evan McPherson. He's a fucking dude. And so Bucker. Yep. And then who's the guy for the Chargers? Not so much that he's like crazy, but he tore his hammy and kept kicking. So like, I don't know.
I don't remember who that was.
I don't either. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But the thing is with these guys is I feel like 99. Like Nick Folk was like. He had like 50-something kicks in a row from inside of 50 yards that went in. Now, you have to remember that's not every single guy, right? Not everyone can kick like that. And there was that Tub who played for the Tennessee Titans who just kept missing from like 35.
Joey Sly, maybe?
I don't remember his name, but he walked out there and I was like, is that guy a kicker or a lineman? Like, what is going on here? So,
not Joey Sly. Joey Sly's kind of buff.
No, he looked tubby. The guy I'm thinking of. And so, you have your ups and downs, and I feel like there's a lot more ups, especially like that goes to tie in with just athletes in general. I feel like they're at the level I was at in high school by 7th grade or lower. Like they are just bred to be complete anomalies, and it's translated into the kicking game. Like I feel like most of the time, if you line up from 45 or out, you're gonna make it. Like 80% of the time. I'm maybe I'm wrong, but I haven't seen that many go not in, go out.
Yeah, that's true. But I guess like I'm thinking more like. As like a whole, like the whole league, like obviously you're gonna have your guys like you mentioned, like that aren't gonna miss, but it just feels like there's just like a lot of guys that are missing. I don't know. It might be more so college, or maybe more so my feeling from watching the Cyclones and the Chiefs while the Butker was out, because the Cyclones lost a couple games by missed field goals, and then the Chiefs pretty much lost to the Colts because of that. Because Butker was gone, but I don't know. It's probably not a statistical take, but. Gut feeling, like we were talking.
Well, yeah, and I think gut feeling is extremely important. So, like, I'm not going to say that that's incorrect in thinking that. It's just that probably the kickers I've been watching have made it more than the kickers you've been watching, because we have seen some absolutely horrible kicks that have just been like, oh, that's automatic, 33-yard chip shot. No, it's like way off. So we've seen it before. This is a little bit out of date, but did you watch the Tennessee-Alabama game?
Tennessee out. Oh yeah.
That game-winning kick that came out like a knuckleball. Like, yeah, it was like, what is going on here? I thought it got tipped. It did not. Maybe it was.
I thought it did.
Well, we watched the replay like 1,000 times because it was a game winner, and I never saw a hand on it. But
was it close?
Yeah, they were close to it, but I mean, maybe he affected the wind of it.
I don't know. This getting above my scope.
Yeah, I don't know. But I thought it got tipped, and I don't think it did. But maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. Never, actually. That's a dumb thing to say. We will never know that. That's not true. That is not true. But yeah, that's a hot take that the kickers are worse now, because I feel like as a whole the league has gotten more athletic.
I don't know. It's just maybe just because I expect perfection from kickers. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm probably missing 10 out of 10 field goals from 10 yards.
Yeah, it's definitely not an easy thing to do.
No.
Jack and I were talking about it, that it's like it's such a specific skill almost.
Oh yeah, but if you get good at it, you can milk it.
You
That's
really
good
can.
Talent to have.
Yeah.
Don't get hit.
Oh yeah.
That's pressure, though.
Playing NBA, like you get paid the big bucks and you never really put your brain at that much danger. That's kind of like what the kicker's doing. Like they obviously are putting a huge toll on their body. NFL is just like that, but I don't know, not as much brain damage in a kicker position as a safety position, I don't think.
Yeah. It'd be definitely interesting to see some of those NBA guys on a football field.
Like LeBron?
Sure. Yeah, LeBron. That's a pretty good example. Or if Allen Iverson could have been like a original version of Tyreek.
Yep.
He was supposed to go. He was like 5-star football recruit.
He was actually, yeah. He was like, wasn't he a quarterback? I think he was a quarterback.
He probably was for high school, but I'm sure he would have played receiver in college.
Yeah, like Lamar, basically.
Yeah.
It's like probably should have been a running back or a receiver, but Lamar just defies all odds. I don't know if you want to jump into these because you probably won't be on tomorrow morning. We're going to go live tomorrow, obviously, again, and Jack and I will go through these, but just looking over some of the games that could be exciting. You know, we start off with some Thursday night football, the Ravens-Bucks.
Oh, I mean, you would think the Ravens will slaughter them.
You would think.
By how they've been playing. Tampa Bay's been a shit show.
That's the thing is, like, I'm just not as confident in anybody anymore after seeing, like, those not top 3 teams, but teams that I had, like, locked in to win, lose, so.
Well, it feels like their mentality and, like, their chemistry is just off. I mean, you got Tom going through his stuff, which is whatever.
It is what it is, but.
Yeah, you got Mike Evans getting into fights. I mean, well, that's kind of expected, I guess. But it just seems like the aura there is not right.
Yeah, did you see Mike Evans signing that paper or whatever it was after the game?
Mm-mm.
So this has since been debunked by the NFL, but it was thought that a referee came up and had a piece of paper signed by Mike Evans after the game. Allegedly, it was just him getting Mike Evans' number to pass on to his golf friend, professional, that was going to teach Mike Evans how to play golf.
That sounds equally as sketchy almost.
So I don't buy that. I did see someone comment that it was like the scorecard and the captain had to sign it. I bought that a lot faster than I bought golf lessons. But that could be... I mean, it's just like things like that like the building I don't think is functioning at high level, basically.
No, it just doesn't feel like they have that brotherhood there, I guess.
Yeah. It feels like distant or like fake almost.
Yeah.
I don't know. So you think the Ravens will take that one?
I would think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think it'll be that close either.
No,
personally.
I don't either.
Broncos, Jags, we could see a Jags pretty dominant performance here. That's what
I'd like to see that. I mean, I kind of like seeing these teams that were kind of bad, like our whole lives, do good, like them and the Jets or whoever else. Like the Browns kind of getting a little better. But
that's what I was thinking too, is just like the bad teams that we're used to getting better.
Yeah.
Not for very long, obviously. I want the Patriots to be the top of the dogs, but they're bottom of the AFC right now, so.
If your team's not doing well, though, it's fun to watch those teams do well.
Yeah. I guess that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to see a Jags win there. I'm not a huge Broncos fan after the Patriots, saw them every year in the AFC Championship, and it seems like we lost all the time.
Oh yeah, I love watching them crash and burn as a Chiefs fan.
Patriots?
No.
Oh, Dolphins.
Broncos.
Oh, why the fuck did I just say Dolphins?
I don't know. We were talking about Broncos Jags, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at the Dolphins Lions.
Big
I guess,
AFC West rival.
Yeah, you got the Chargers and the Raiders in there as well. That was one thing that we talked about with Jack a couple weeks ago. That division was supposed to be like the best division ever because of all the migration towards it, other than Tyreek Hill leaving. Obviously, Kansas City on top right now. How are you feeling about that? And like, what is it? Is it a letdown that they didn't live up to the expectations?
Like the whole conference?
The whole division. Yeah. Would you have rather seen more like high level play out of them, or are you glad that the Chiefs are pretty much the guys out of that squad?
No, I wish the division was a little better. I mean, like it doesn't really look like anybody's going to come close with the Chargers losing to the Seahawks this week, because like that was my only hope after watching the other teams.
Mm-hmm.
But like the Raiders and the Broncos especially, they kind of have this feel about them, kind of like the current Lakers. There's a bunch of old like has-beens.
Yeah.
It's like if you if this team was 5 or 10 years ago, they would be like the Pro Bowl team.
Yeah.
But now they're just kind of
meh,
just washed up. Yeah, but no,
working out on the plane instead of on the field.
yeah. Russ got to get his Pilates in.
Yeah.
Make sure he's not getting too feeble.
No, that's I agree with you. I do. I feel like the Chiefs are the guys, and I didn't think they would be. I didn't think they would be as good as they are with bringing Juju in. I kind of thought he was going to bring some aura of like TikTok is like, he hasn't. I haven't seen him in the news for TikTok at least. And
no. Surprisingly, he's been pretty good about that. And he said something before the season too. Like he's all business here, which I like that.
That's good. Maybe the Steelers kind of atmosphere was driving him to just pay more attention to TikTok. Could have been. Yeah. I don't know shit about Steelers. So
honestly, as much as I love the Chiefs, though, that would have been cool to have like just explosions every week, like what felt like it would have been with Herbert and Carr and Wilson.
Yeah,
that would have been really fun.
Well, because we would have seen, was that like 16 games, 2 each, so 2, 4, 6, Fuck, that's a lot of games.
A lot of games.
Because
Yeah.
like the Chargers will play the Broncos twice, the Chargers
Yeah.
twice. Chargers will play the Broncos, Raiders, and Chiefs twice. Like, I'm not bad. Fuck, I'm not good at math. I am bad at math.
Yeah.
Apparently speaking as well. But that's a lot of fucking games, and if they all would have been up to the level we were thinking they would have been, like, it would have been really fun to watch football. I think, like every week it felt like.
Oh yeah, I thought it was gonna be like a lot of 1-1s, and it was just gonna be like the AFC for playoffs, and then who's gonna get in as the 1 seed, and like the wild card out of that division. I thought it was gonna be 1-1 between everybody, and it was just gonna be a dogfight at the end of the year to see who gets into the playoffs.
Yeah. Right now we're looking at that from the AFC East, actually. We've got 3 teams in the current playoff picture. Bills,
Really?
Dolphins, Jets are all in the playoffs.
Is it 2 wild cards?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes
So
sense.
they fill them both, and then Bills would be number 1. It's sad to see the Patriots be the only ones not get in that situation. But, I mean, obviously that playoff picture is going to change a lot in the next 10 weeks. But for now, like, the AFC East is kind of running the show.
It does kind of suck in that situation where you have 3 teams in one division that are that good, and then you have.
It's like
What?
you in district
Oh,
wrestling.
we don't need to talk about that. But then, like, you have other divisions where, like, someone gets to go to the playoffs out of these 4. It's like, nah.
I know. That's
Yeah.
what's kind of dumb about it is it's just like luck of the draw as far as those divisions go, which they never have changed. But like if the AFC West would have been that good this year, a really good team, even if 3, this is all hypothetically, if it would have gone the way we thought, but if 3 of those teams got in and then like the Raiders got just barely eked out by half a game, to the Chiefs or whatever, because, they were missing Devontae Adams in the playoffs, and like they could have been that guy, Josh Jacobs,
Yeah.
So I agree with you, because then we were thinking that was going to be like the NFC least. Like they always just kind of
What the heck is up with them?
They got a team in, and then now they're also, I think 2 or 3 at least are in the playoff picture right now. Giants are really good,
Well,
I think.
5-1 and 6-0, right? Giants and Eagles.
No, 6-0 and 6-1, because the Eagles had a bye.
6-1. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's crazy. And the Cowboys are 5-2.
Mm-hmm.
Just to put that into perspective, the Chiefs are 5-2, and they're well ahead of everyone else in their their division.
Yeah.
And Dallas might not even get in, and they're 5-2.
Right. And I don't know. This is maybe a hot take, but could the Commanders make it with Taylor Heineke?
Okay, I wanted to talk about this actually because like I kind of we're going back to gut feeling here.
Yeah, because
I kind of like them. Like they got a pretty stout defense. They got Chase Young coming back.
the one and only Scary Terry.
Yeah, and Robinson coming back from his gunshot wound. He looks pretty good.
He does.
Yeah.
And I mean, we saw, I don't know what, you would probably know much better than me, but a couple of years ago, or was it last year? It was last year when the Chiefs were shit to start the season, and then they caught fire. Do you remember what they started? Was it like 2-3 or
Something like
they
that.
they had a losing record through so many weeks, and it was like the first time or like what the stat was, but like they looked like crap to start the season, and then they ended up going to the AFC championship and losing by a field goal to the Bengals, who ended up were one play away from losing to the Rams, which just goes to show how tight the NFL is.
Oh yeah.
But like I wonder if the Commanders make a run, squeak in as a wild card, maybe to get to the divisional round or whatever. But I think Commanders could go on a run with Heineke as opposed to Wentz, who doesn't give a shit about the football.
yeah. No, I don't know if I'd go as extreme to say they could make a playoff run, but I think they could get it turned around and like maybe come out over 500.
So Jack thinks that the Giants are going to fall, that they don't have it in them. That's what I think is important here, because we all know the Cowboys are going to suck. Eventually, some point in the season's going to come, they're going to fall off, miss the playoffs by, a quarterback draw run out of the time.
No, they're gonna go 11-6 and make it lose in the first round. That's their
They do that every
specialty.
fucking year, I swear.
Yeah, 12. How many 12-4 seasons did they have with Romo and Dez and Witten? Oh my gosh, that was painful.
No Super Bowls.
No, that team was so good.
So that's what I expect out of them. Obviously, I think the Eagles are legit.
Yeah.
We'll see. They got a week off, so we don't get to
They
overreact to
haven't
them.
really played anyone though.
That's really okay. I'm trying to think of their schedule now, because I don't know it off the top of my head. But the Giants, if they fall off and the
could see the
Cowboys
Giants-
fall off, like we could see Commanders make a run. I think for a wild card.
I could see like Commanders and Giants like flipping the script and just doing like the exact opposite here. But I don't really see the Cowboys doing like bad. Like they always have just above mediocre winning season. Maybe make the playoffs round 1, but they just don't have like the clutch gene, I guess.
I agree. So pulling up this schedule for the Eagles, actually, I did not realize just how weak their schedule was.
Yeah.
They beat the Lions by 3 to start the season, and I don't really know how much we count first 2 weeks.
Well, that's fair.
For identity.
That's fair too.
But they beat the Lions by 3, and then the Vikings by 17 here. And that's why I don't know how much I count that, because the Vikings, I think, are legit.
The Vikings are all right.
They're going to run away with the NFC North.
Yeah.
But those 2 games, and then they beat the Commanders by 16, which is par for the course. Mm-hmm. Beat the Jags by 8. That was a pretty close game. Cardinals by 3, and the Cowboys, they kind of handed that one to them. The score doesn't really just kind of show how, they only won by 9, but I felt like they handed it to them.
Well, they still had their, who was it, Cooper Rush in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess you're right. I could see the Eagles going maybe like 10 wins.
Yeah, I was going to say like 11-6 maybe.
Fuck. That'd be 5 more. They're over halfway to their win total.
Who else do they play? Do you have that up?
Yeah, Steelers, Texans, so they'll get the Texans. Steelers, I can't count out of any game now after they beat the...
I'm waiting for Kenny to catch his fire.
Yeah.
I like him.
Well, Pittsburgh loves him, so
yeah.
we know that he's got a backing there. Texans, Commanders again. The Colts, who are officially on fire, never going to win another football game. Packers, Titans, Giants. So Packers might be... No, they're dead.
You never know, though. I mean, you still got Ayahuasca boy over there.
Yeah. Old man Rogers still got it kicking.
Yeah.
But then Titans, Giants, Bears, Cowboys.
Titans, I mean, they're not an easy
They're
win.
pretty good. Yeah. So, I mean, what do we need? You said 11-6?
Yeah.
All right. So they need 5 more wins.
Mm-hmm.
All right. They can beat the Texans.
1.
They can beat... You think they beat the Steelers?
They should. I mean...
You would think.
Yeah.
You would think.
Count it.
So we'll give them the Steelers. We'll give them the Texans. Let's just say, for the sake of it, they lose to the Commanders.
No.
With Taylor?
Okay, we'll see.
Okay.
All right.
They beat the Colts. The Colts are just... Well, the Colts with Matt Ryan they beat. But Matt Ryan got benched this week. Did you see that?
Who knows what Ellinger's going to do?
That's what I'm saying. So,
maybe
we'll leave that as a coin flip. We'll come back to it. Because if they get 5 without it... So what are we at, 3 or 2? 2, just 2.
2, okay.
They beat the Packers probably.
Yep.
Unless the Packers catch wind by then. Titans, they're not going to beat them.
Ooh.
Giants, I think they'll lose to them as well.
Wow.
Go on a skid. Bears are up in the air. I have a hard time betting against the Bears now. So let's say they beat the Bears.
I'm counting the Bears.
Cowboys with Dak, end of the season.
Who knows?
Okay, let's give them the Cowboys as well. Is that 5?
Okay, yeah, that's 5.
And then they have the Saints and the Giants again.
Saints are never I mean, they can play.
Yeah, and the Giants, I don't think they go 0-2 against the Giants, so they could exceed 11 wins.
Yeah.
Let's say 13-4.
I'm not. Yeah.
But either way, that's
their schedule's not that hard this year.
No, they have a really easy schedule.
Yeah.
And so
they're going to take superpowers.
They're going to take the NFC East, and it's going to be, I think, between probably the Giants and the Cowboys for second. Is it possible that the whole division just ramps up and because the NFC is not that strong this year, Commanders eke in as a second wild card?
I have no clue what is going to happen in that division because they all look pretty good.
Yeah.
And like
with Taylor at running Commanders.
Yeah. Like we talked about in the NFL, the error for margin is so slim. Like, a couple dumb things happen. Who knows?
You're in it.
Yeah.
So I think we could see that out of them. I don't know. I'm kind of liking the Commanders right now, at least. But we got Patriots, Jets. I'm sure the Jets will win that one by 60. Talk to me tomorrow morning when I've got some time to sleep on it.
Did you see the power rankings most recent ones?
No,
like
I didn't.
ESPN?
What'd they say?
Jets and Giants are both in the top 10.
I think that's a fair assessment.
it's fair, but I just don't feel that about them yet. I feel like they're just kind of like fun teams, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We'll throw you in the top 15, top 16, top half, but I don't know if they're in that like 8-6 spot or whatever they put them at. I think like Jets were 8 and Giants 6.
Yeah, it's hard to rank them that high because we
Yeah.
just haven't seen them do that in the past.
Yep.
You know, but I think if you look at the power rankings as where are they at right now, I think that's fair. Like,
I am
who's
a
the
big
8th
fan-
best team like this week? Probably, you know, the Jets.
Yeah, I guess. I am a big fan of Robert Saleh though.
Yes.
I like him a lot.
And Brian Daboll, I like. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think they have it right. Like the chemistry, the feel.
Oh,
Obviously,
exactly.
Brees going down is going to hurt, but I think overall they've got it right.
They have what Tampa's missing.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes that's the edge. That's how close it is in the NFL.
I mean, if you've got your head coach jumping up and down, that's a good feel about the team.
It is.
Like that.
It is. I remember when we beat Mount Vernon in high school and Eck was going ecstatic. That was
Yeah.
one of the best feelings, and I wasn't even in the game. I was a sophomore, and it was just like making coach that proud.
Oh yeah,
It plays a role. Like you want to go and play for him.
it's a prime example of like a good coach that can really tie your team together.
Exactly. Yeah,
Bring that chemistry. Yeah,
for sure. Packers, Bills. Bills are going to slaughter, I think. What do you think on that one?
should. Yeah.
Yep. Bengals, Browns. Could be a close one, actually.
I like the Bengals. I feel like people are bringing the Bengals too much hate than they deserve this season just because they lost a couple early season games.
Yeah.
You still got
Still got
Joe
so far
Shiesty
to
back
go.
there. Joe
Yeah.
Shiesty.
Yeah. I was thinking about it this week, like, fuck, we're like halfway done with the NFL season almost.
It's crazy.
Makes me sad, but I'm just so excited that it is the NFL season and we're not having to talk about Joe Schmo getting traded to the Seahawks for. I mean, draft picks aren't even worth anything anymore, so probably a player. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just nice to be able to actually watch football and look forward to a game. And we've got, like, 30-something days in a row of football of some sort. And, you know, it's just exciting to.
Shout out SeatGeek.
Yes. Shout out. No, but, you know, it's just nice to be in season, but it's also like, damn, we're, like, cooking through it because it felt like week 2 was yesterday.
Yeah, it sucks, but hey, then we have NBA. I'd like to get into NBA more. This
Really?
year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get into hockey more. Obviously, I'm trying to stay in the NBA. Did you watch the Suns and the Warriors last night?
I didn't.
Oh
no.
my gosh, dude, they were getting chippy, and that was fun to watch.
Oh, I saw Clay got ejected.
Got ejected, and Poole and like Clay. I think Clay, Steph, and Poole all told Devin Booker how many rings they had.
Oh,
They were like,
that's
four.
bold.
4.
That's bold. Poole did 4?
No, but Clay
Oh,
and Steph were
yeah.
both like 4, and then Poole's like, I got you know whatever, and it's just like
That is
damn.
a crazy trio.
Yeah.
You got to play flies on shit defense to not have 23 pointers dropped on you in 5 minutes.
I know they were, and like Draymond's still out there, and yeah, I like the Warriors.
I
as
cannot
as
stand
a fun team to
Draymond.
watch. No,
I hate Draymond.
did you see Mac Jones pulled a Draymond in the game?
What do you do?
Kicked that guy in the nuts.
I heard about that, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, he slid and his foot just went right into his.
Ooh.
Yeah, and with
Ugh.
the cleats. Not a fun day to be the defender.
That's why they banned metal tips.
Yeah, that guy could be seriously damaged after that, but the plastic probably just left a bruise. Yeah.
That's horrible. I wouldn't like to think about that.
Yeah, we're gonna choose to not think about that. I think
Good
moving
call.
forward. Yeah, I just had to touch on it because you know I'm a fair guy. I
Mm-hmm.
might be a Patriots fan, but I realize we're probably gonna get smoked. So
Well, I feel like I have to say something shitty about the Chiefs now, but I don't know what I would say.
well, the Chiefs are just a shit organization anyway. So they're doing State Farm commercials instead of being worried about their next game. So
They
is
are
what it
funny
is.
though. They are funny commercials.
I'll get to the bottom of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that is a good. You know what we should do? You should be Andy Reid and I'll be Patty, and we could like recreate the commercial and like put it out as an ad for Marv on air.
That could be something.
That'd be really funny. We might get copyrighted though.
I'll go get a buzz cut next week.
Does Andy Reid have short hair?
He's like bald.
Oh, he is bald.
Yeah.
That's right. I don't look at people's hair. You know, I'm not a hairist. So
That's fair. That's fair.
yeah. Well, I think we got through everything for next week as far as like a light, you know, kind of touch on. Is there anything else you want to cover for, you know, last week or any news that came out or anything along those lines?
Not that I could think of. I mean, I'm happy Tua's back.
Yeah.
I like
The
that.
Dolphins are fun to watch again.
Yep.
Yep. I like Mike McDaniel and Tua's kind of energy there, so that's fun. We like that.
Yep.
As
Hoping-
much as a Patriots fan can, at least.
Yeah. hoping for a speedy Brees Hall recovery as an Iowa State fan.
Yes. You didn't even take a drink of your Iowa State mug water there, but
I dived into the show too much. I was loving it.
But yeah, we're obviously both Iowa State guys, and you know, that was really cool to see Brees do well. So
Yeah, for 7 weeks.
7 weeks.
He'll be a dude.
Season
He
that
will be a
was.
dude.
Yeah, he will pick him up in fantasy next year for sure.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you want to get into fantasy at all.
Okay, we can for sure.
I was about to pick Brees.
Oh, okay.
It was like fifth or sixth round or something.
Oh wow.
Guy in front of me's auto drafting. I'm like, of course. Okay. He's like 10 spots down the board. He's mine. And the computer
No.
picks him like 10
No.
spots down. I'm like, no.
No
This is
way.
terrible.
Oh god, that's horrible. I actually quit fantasy football this year, so I don't have anything to talk about. But like, how's your team doing?
Okay, so we start off the year complete dumpster fire. 0-3 start. I'm like, I gotta make some management moves here, switching people around, get Patty on my team. You know,
The one and only Patty Mahomes.
the Patrick Mahomes.
How did you manage that?
Well, I got offered a trade. Someone was in need of a better wide receiver and a running back, which you're gonna hate this. What I did, I traded away Ramondre Stevenson.
Oh no. How are you
And-
winning?
I don't know, but I'm 4-3 now.
Okay.
I'm on a 4-win streak.
Okay.
I love it.
So you picked up Patty, and then who else?
So I got Patty and J.K. Dobbins and Garrett Wilson, which, I mean, the other two is like, it's not why I'm making the trade. It was tough to let go of Cortland Sutton and Ramondre, but fortunately, Mixon and Kamara and Kenneth Walker, the dog, have stepped
One
up
and
for
only.
me.
Man, he came out of nowhere.
So Ramondre's, basically, I have 3 good running backs, didn't lose anything, and I have Patty now, so I love it.
Man,
Yeah.
that is electric.
Yes.
And you said you won 4 in a row.
Yeah. 0-3 to 4-3.
Wow.
Yep.
That's impressive.
Yep.
I must say.
Phenomenal fantasy manager. I mean, I could probably, go over to Carolina and start a dynasty by next year, but
I think you probably could do it.
they won't hire me for some reason.
That's dumb.
I know.
That is
Very dumb. Very dumb by them.
Very dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wish I could contribute more to the fantasy, but I do want to do this. Okay, I want to try this.
Okay.
So Jack and I did this a couple weeks ago, and I'm wondering if maybe we make this a little bit of a segment because I want to add more segments to the show. We've got some behind the scenes action cooking. We might have a couple segments coming up, but I want to try. I want you to just say the most outlandish thing, and we'll make it into a clip, and we'll see how it does. But I want you you can start thinking here, and I just want you to think about what's something that it doesn't even have to make sense. Like we said, Bailey Zappi was going to be the 20-year franchise quarterback of the Patriots. Like that's pretty ridiculous considering Mac Jones' rookie season, and that they would basically just move away from that immediately. And so I don't know. I think it could be kind of fun to just see if we throw that out there, how people respond to it. It doesn't have to make any sense. It doesn't have to be a quality take, have a lot of evidence back behind it. You can pretty much make up your own evidence, and we can go with that. Do you have anything off the top of your? I didn't give you any warning on this, so
No, you didn't. This is tough.
it is
Just a random hot football take. Blazing hot.
just so hot that if you even got your hand over it, you'd be suffering burns.
If I had to, there's going to be some bias to this, but I'm going to say Brees Hall is going to come back and be the greatest running back of all time.
Okay, we can work with that. Do you want to lead into it, or do you want me to?
Evidence? He's really good. Yep.
Okay, do you want to lead into it, or do you want me to?
Oh,
'Cause
just
we gotta
about
make-
Brees? Okay, so I'm like a salesman now?
Well, I'm just saying, we got to start the clip somewhere. So, last time we were oh, did you watch the Patriots, game? And then we were, running from it. So do you want to start it? Do you have an idea of how you want to get that worked in, or do you want me to start it?
You go ahead, and I'll definitely think of something while you're going here.
All right. So, Cole, I was watching football this weekend, obviously, big football show here at Marv on Air, and I had, we were pretty cut and dry on who we thought were going to win a lot of games, but we weren't sure who was going to win the Seahawks-Chargers game, so I was, dialed in, and I already fucked it up because that's not even the game who was it, Jets and Broncos?
It's okay. Kenneth Walker's going to be better anyways.
Oh, that would be almost a take. Kenneth Walker's better than Brees Hall.
Possible.
Well, that's not what we're going for. We don't want possible. Okay, who the fuck did the Jets play?
Jets.
can't even remember.
Someone not great. They played Packers the week before. Packers, and then. I mean, I could look it up pretty easily.
I'm totally. Oh, I have it here, but I have the Jets winning. So, the Jets played the. I thought it was the Chargers. No.
No, that was
Chargers
that was Seahawks.
Jets
Seahawks, Chargers.
versus somebody.
We need like a live chat so you can.
You know
look
what
to
we
the
need
audience
is
and get some help.
We need a producer who can get in my ear.
Oh, we need a young Jamie.
Yeah, we do. What do we got here? I'm trying to find him, but no one wants to help me out.
That's what you should have Leighton do. Make him pay his rent. You
Yeah,
have to be
I should.
young Jamie.
I should. We need week 7, and the Jets had the Broncos. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All right. So Cole, I was watching, the Jets Broncos game. I had a little bit of a dabble, on the Jets there, and I was pretty amazed by some of the quarterback play from Geno Smith. But I think what's, more substantial is the play from Breece Hall. Okay. Now, this might be a little bit of a hot take, but is it possible that Breece Hall might be one of the worst running backs of all time? Like he kind of looked like, kind of like crap.
Worst. Okay, yeah, I could see that. I mean, the guy's slower than a turtle. I mean, it looks like he can bench like 135. No thought behind those eyes. We can't even do this.
I totally thought you were going to be like, what the hell are you talking about? Best running back of all time.
Dude's biceps are bigger than my noggin. Oh, he could probably, I don't know, he could probably get a 35 on the plate.
Yeah.
On the bar.
He could probably bench like 15 pounds.
Yeah.
No, well, I feel like we could probably use that, but that was definitely interesting take from you. You're like, it's fucking horrible. Like, whoa, that's not what we planned.
I was confused. I was like, oh, I thought I said best here. I guess we'll run with it. Impromptu on the fly here. I mean,
oh my god, bro. I was literally like,
we're doing an improv show next weekend, actually.
That's almost more ridiculous than greatest of all time. He's just fucking horrible.
He's just a piece of shit.
Why doesn't he have 25 touchdowns by now? I don't understand.
I don't know. He's so beta for tearing his ACL.
Yeah. Let's put this in here. Breece Hall should be coming back this year. Like, is he really going to let an ACL tear stop him? I think he's actually scared to come back because he's played so bad.
He's kind of a bitch for that.
Man.
He's not even like doing anything that athletic. I mean, you just get handed the ball and
just
run behind your big guys.
Literally, all you have to do is run. Like, you don't have to catch it or throw it. Those are two hard things to do, and he's not doing either of them.
No, he's not playing corner. He doesn't have to keep up with these fast, shifty guys like the receivers who actually need their ACLs.
Right.
Not a running back. Just run straight behind your big guys. Come on.
It's not that... Whatever. I don't think it's that difficult, but I guess...
No. It's probably, like, the least important position in the NFL.
Truly. I mean, if we had to pick one at the very bottom of the whole NFL, it would have to be the running back position.
Has to be. I mean, you got your big hogs up front. You just run behind them. It's not that hard.
Exactly. Why do you think they all buy them watches and stuff? Because they are they are the reason the running back has any value.
Exactly. I mean, as a Chiefs fan, you put Harrison Butker at running back, he's running for just as many yards as Pacheco or Edwards-Helaire. Can say that with confidence.
No way, bro. No way you just said that.
Oh, man.
I wish I would have been full screen on that because that's fucking hilarious. Oh, my God, that's funny. All right, well, I think we have what we need.
Okay, I would hope so. That took a lot out of me.
That was pretty
I'm going to get crucified on TikTok.
That doesn't go for 30 million views. Oh, my God.
Oh, Harrison Butker's a goat.
He is.
Yeah.
Goat of everything, especially running.
Yes.
He's good at running. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up. We hope to get you on the show. I don't know if we might do some behind-the-scenes talking regarding, post-winter break. But we're looking to maybe, if a couple things fall in line, we can do more of this on the show. Thank you very much for coming on.
I appreciate it. I've been wanting to come on. It was really fun.
Yeah, we've obviously we have some sort of bias for having Chiefs fans on the show for some dumbass reason, but
they're the best team. That's why.
I suppose we have to talk about it, but I don't want to. So, that's what it is.
And Harrison Butker could play any position on your team.
Yes, and Harrison Butker is probably the best quarterback in the NFL, actually,
yes,
if we had to get down to it. But yeah, so thank you for coming on. And do you have any last words for the people at home?
No, I think you got everything out of me. That was good fun.
It was. Well, we'll see you around. Don't be afraid to, tell your friends about the show. And we've got
All three.
I'll
of
let
them.
you know. I'll let you know this. This is it's kind of insider. We've got a very, very special guest coming on in a week from tomorrow. This is gonna be electric.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Well, it's gonna be huge.
That'll be really.
This is
cool.
way bigger than the SeatGeek promo code. This is fucking huge.
Big time.
Like so big. It's just so big.
It's like 8 inches. It's crazy.
That's like too big.
Okay, never mind. Sorry.
It's more
Bad
like
take.
More
bad
like
take.
4.
Okay.
4 is like just almost so big. It's too much.
To each their own.
All right. Well, I wanted to, let you know that something big might be happening, and tune in next Thursday and we'll get that done. But thank you for coming on and for providing, your NFL insider intake into the crazy week 7 of football, and we'll definitely have you back on. Sound
Cool
good?
beans, man.
All right. Well, thank you for everyone that watches this, and we'll see you guys. We're gonna be live Thursday at hopefully 8:30. So the 27th, right? Today's the 26th.
That is correct.
So
yeah.
tomorrow, but whenever you watch this, the 27th, we usually go live Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8:30 or so. Pretty loose on the times, but if you come in at 9, we'll definitely be live. So we'll see you guys then. And how about we have a really good Wednesday night? Like, let's just really live it up, huh?
I like that.
All
I
right.
like that a lot.
We'll see you guys then.